You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
Folks, we have been talking to a number of people here in Elizabeth City. We've been talking to neighbors, again, folks who have been impacted. The bullet that went through the door of Michael Gordon right across the street here. We've been talking to individuals who grew up with Andrew Brown Jr., folks who have talked about the city councilman and so many others as well. And so we had an opportunity to talk with the head of the North Carolina State Conference of the NAACP, Reverend Dr. Spearman. He came by. They had a minister's news conference earlier today. We're going to be streaming that news conference of the pastors after today's show. And so for that news conference of the pastors, you can see that after today's show, but we had a chance to catch up with Reverend Spearman right here at the scene of the home. Here's our conversation with him. Reverend Dr. Spearman, y'all got together and you had a news conference earlier today. Talk about that.
Yes, we gathered together. The clergy, the area clergy, had an exclusive meeting with them at 2 o'clock, and the attorney, Harry Daniels, was with us on hand to provide any answers to any questions that they had. But our goal was to mobilize the pastors in the area and any ministers that may have had interest in being with us, so that we can make sure that we set the narrative straight. One of the things that was concerning to me is how on the day that they were going to show the footage to the family, that they declared a state of emergency.
Right.
Which is always, you know what's going to, they already knew what was going to be on the tapes, and they're basically setting us up to go and tear up stuff and all of that kind of thing, which, we don't do, but they try to compel us to do those kinds of things.
Right.
Yeah, so we called a moral state of emergency and tried to change the context and help them to understand some things, especially about the uniqueness of the black belt in the state of North Carolina. This is one of the original 40 pre-clearance counties in North Carolina that of course was eviscerated in the 2013 Supreme Court decision, Shelby versus Holder. Yeah.
Talk about we've spent a lot of time talking to people here. They've expressed their frustrations with the county officials here. They said you have black representation on the city council, but the issue is with this county.
Right. And that was something that I was adamant to bring out. I was intentional to bring out that as far as I was concerned, that it wasn't even the sheriff who was the one that we should put the spotlight on, but it's the district attorney.
Right.
And the district attorney is now he's poised to run for the Superior Court seat here in the I think it's called the first prosecutorial district.
Right.
And as such, he would be the only, because the seat was occupied by Judge J.C. Cole, who was an African American for 20-some years, he and his wife. But now, if this dude wins, it would be in the hands of a white person. And in 2018, the North Carolina NAACP traveled to Washington, D.C. to oppose the confirmation of Thomas Farr to the Eastern District of North Carolina.
Right.
So there's an African American that's running, and the choice, the pick really of Judge Cole, and we're hoping that we'll see something manifest there.
Well, and the issue there, and talk about the attorneys and others, is just how the DA has been non-responsive.
Non-responsive, Roland. I have been calling the office continually. When I first called on April 21st, they told me that he was not going to be in his office until the 26th of April. And I said, that's unacceptable. You're telling me that he's out of pocket until the 26th with all of this that's going on? They gave me a number to call and told me to leave a message, which I did, and no response whatsoever. None. And the sheriff's office was likewise. So, you know, it tells a tale on how they've been treating us and expecting us to roll over and take it for a long time. For a long time. This is a stronghold. And if our people don't begin to wake up and smell the coffee and do what needs to be done, then shame on us. You know, because we have to rise up and start doing what we need to do to get out of all of this kind of bondage that we're faced with.
All right. Well, Reverend Spearman, we certainly appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
My colleagues and I wanted to come by here and see where Brother Andrew Brown Jr. was killed. Was just slaughtered.
Yep.
Slaughtered. That's what happened.
All right. So we're going to stay on it.
You set up, boy. You set up at the right place.
I appreciate it.
God bless you, man.
Thanks
appreciate
a lot.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, folks. Back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.